What do you think about the old debate whether video games can be art or not? How would you argue for or against that? I think video games are a form of art. Because art is pretty much your interpretation of something. Someone's interpretation of some kind of life aspect or something in life. That's what artists do. That's what musicians do. That's what art forms do. And for someone to say that video games aren't art just because they're so technologically advanced, it's just stupid, because it's an interpretation of something, and sometimes video games take it way further than other types of art forms can. So I totally think that video games are an art form. And the people that make these video games, the ones that are so great, that have gone down in history as being classic video games, you just can't pretend like they're not good. You can't just say, oh, they're not art because they're not Picassos, or because they're not 1,000 years old, or because they have to do with technology. It's like, aren't movies? Some movies are considered art. Acting is considered art. So why not video games? I think it's just a bunch of people that don't like video games that just freaking attack video games because they don't know anything about it, just because they don't know how to play it. And it's like, it is an art form because it's a type of interpretation of life. And it takes it to the next level because it's an interpretation, but it's also another interpretation of someone actually playing it. You just get so much out of them. They inspire. I will admit some video games aren't. I don't consider art forms just because they don't really do much, but, have you entertained. But the video games that actually inspire you, that make you question things and make you start seeing things differently, and the ones that actually have certain, like, these deep meanings behind them and stuff like that, those are the ones that I'm just like, how could you not appreciate that? I know you've played Grand Theft Auto, but have you played Saints Row? No, I haven't, actually. I have heard about it, and it sounds pretty funny, but I haven't played it. As for whether I'd play it or not, I don't know yet. Are you ready for the next gen systems? I am ready for the next gen systems. Whether I'm looking forward to them, I don't know yet, because that means having to buy another system. But I don't just go and buy it just because it's there. I want to know a lot about it before I buy it. In video games where you have choices, are you usually a good guy or a bad guy? I'm usually a good guy. Have you beat Gears of War 3? Did you like it? Did you like how they did a lot of tying of loose ends? I haven't beat Gears of War 3. I am almost done with it. I am liking it very much so far. It's my favorite Gears. I like it better than Gears of War 1. Although Gears of War 1 was very fun. I definitely like it better than Gears of War 2. But Gears of War 3 just has, I think, a mix of what Gears of War 1 had and what Gears of War 2 had. Like, a pretty good, solid story with some awesome gameplay. So I'm really liking it. And yes, I do like how they're tying a bunch of loose ends. And I love the connections that Gears of War 3 has to the novels. What I want to know is, what do you have against Assassin's Creed? Why do you hate it? I've actually never said that I hate Assassin's Creed. I've actually said the complete opposite. I don't know where you heard that I hated the Assassin's Creed, or why you think that I hate the Assassin's Creed, because I never said that. I've actually said in a few videos that I liked Assassin's Creed very much, actually. I don't own any of the Assassin's Creed just because I always rent them. I never buy them for some reason, I guess, because I never go back to play them. But yeah, I like Assassin's Creed. I've played all the games so far, all the Assassin's Creed games so far. So I don't know where you heard that. What was the first game you ever played? I think the first game that I ever played was that one Mario game. I really don't know what it was called, but it was like probably the first Mario game ever. And it wasn't your typical Mario. It was just the one where it was Mario going through these little platforms, and he'd go up these little stairs, and then he'd go up another platform. It was all like platforms and stairs. And I think there was one with Donkey Kong in it, and like little things would fall, and you'd have to like move around so you wouldn't get hit or something like that. I remember playing that, so that was probably the first game that I ever played. How do you feel about the gaming industry today? For example, I think that really great titles are few and far between. I really didn't want to see the gaming industry start to become a lot like Hollywood is, and it's starting to get there. To the way that Hollywood is with movies and stuff like that, where big companies, big production companies, are falling down on game developers to meet certain expectations from like the public. I don't know who the hell they get this stuff from, but it sounds like they get a lot of the stuff from parents. How parents like really bash on video games, and production companies are just like, you can't have this, you can't have that, you can't have this, and you can't have that in your video game. And they're just like, well, can we do this at least? No. It's annoying, and it's getting to the point where a lot of video games can't do that much because of people that attack video games. And I just hate to see that. I hate to see it. Because it's like, there is a rating system on the video games. So why the hell do they have to get so anal? I mean, if there's a freaking rating system, people that don't want to play the certain game, then don't play it. Or kids, don't even get me into that. Some people are so irresponsible, and they just start putting the blame on the game developers just because of their irresponsibility. Like, why don't you become a little more responsible? Look at the rating. Do you want your kid to play that? No? Yes? Don't get down on the freaking video game company. So I really don't like what's going on with the video game industry when it comes to that. You could tell that they're being held back a lot of times when you're playing a video game, and you're just like, especially with the newer versions of video games. Like, let's say there's a saga or there's a trilogy. Like the first one, you could tell it was different, and then all of a sudden you start seeing them getting less and like more limited. And you're just like, what the hell happened? When it comes to what you were saying, the great titles are few and far between. I kind of agree. This year, I can't really say that that's happened because there's been very good games coming out like constantly. So this year, I guess, has been a really good year. A lot of them are sequels, but when it comes to original video games now, like new ones, I agree that there aren't that many video games that are new and unique. A lot of them tend to copy a certain structure of previous video games, where you're just like, oh, this is just like that one game, or this is like that other game. There's so many games out there about World War II. It's just so annoying now. It's Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, all these games that are just about war. Even if they're not about World War II, but they're just that same thing again. Could you guys do something a little different? When it comes to Bethesda, I was surprised when they came out with Rage. Rage is like exactly the same as Fallout 3. I was like, why didn't they do something new? It's a wasteland, there's it's almost the same thing. And I apologize to those of you that are looking forward to Rage, but it just looks identical to Fallout 3. It just pisses me off. I'm like, why didn't they do something new? Do you plan on playing Arkham City? Yes, definitely. Have you received your collector's edition of Gears of War 3? Oh, and what will you do with your second copy? I haven't received it yet. I will let you guys know as soon as I do receive it. I will be doing an unboxing of it. As for my second Gears of War 3 video game, for those of you that don't know, I bought Gears of War 3, And then I won a contest, the limited edition of Gears of War 3. So now I'm going to have 2 versions. And I wanted to do a giveaway for Gears of War 3, just because I think it would be awesome to be able to give it away to one of you guys. But it is going to be played and opened, because that's the one I'm playing, because I'm not going to wait till I get my limited edition to play Gears of War 3. I was like, forget that, I'm going to play it. So it is played, it is open, and some of you are like, I don't care, you know, still give it away. But my brother is probably going to be getting his Xbox fixed, and we want to play Gears of War 3 together, like campaign, and we hate split screen. So if he gets his Xbox fixed, then he's going to need Gears of War 3. So Gears of War 3 might go to him. But if he doesn't get it fixed, then we'll see. I still don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know. I would love to be able to give away a game that was not opened, just because it seems really ghetto to have to give a game away like that. Just be like, oh, well, I don't need it, so I'm going to give it to you guys. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Will you ever do a Let's Play or walkthrough of a game? If you do, hopefully blind. I don't know what that means. Blind? This is probably like terminology for Let's Play and walkthroughs. I don't know what that is, so please let me know what that means. I have been wanting to do a Let's Play or a walkthrough. I tried to do the Deus Ex one. I don't have a good capture card, so I had to film it with my camera. It didn't look very good, so I just stopped. The capture card that I have is pretty crappy. If you guys saw my zombie sneak peek, you could tell how stupid it is, because it like lags and it just stops in some points, and it's annoying. So until I get a good capture card, I'm not really going to be thinking about making a walkthrough, like seriously about it. So, and that's more for you guys. I would just do it, whatever, but I know that you guys want something, you know, not all stupid and like laggy and like choppy. It's just, I wouldn't even put it up. That's just, so that's my only issue, is the capture card. And I mean, there are some pretty good capture cards out there for like the PC, but I have a Mac, so the ones for the Mac are even more expensive. So, what game series do you like more? Gears, Mass Effect, or Dragon Age? Oh, low blow. Mass Effect is my favorite series out of those 3. And then probably Dragon Age, and then Gears. Saddest game moment ever. Oh, wow. That is a good question. Dragon Age Origins, I don't know if I could... That one's the one that had me crying like a little baby. But I can't place it. I don't know if it was because it was sad, or if it was just like so emotional, like such a blow that I just started crying. So I don't know. I don't know if I would say that was sad. The ending, one of the endings for Dragon Age. The one moment that I think was super sad, where I was just like, oh my god, that is so sad, was in Gears of War 2. This is a spoiler, so if you guys don't want to know about Gears of War 2, then yeah, with Maria's death, that was so sad to me. It was just, oh my god, to see Dom reacting the way that he was. I mean, he's always been this tough guy, and for him to be like in tears and have to kill his wife that he's been looking for like 10 years. Oh, that was so sad. And I think it actually does surpass the one in Gears of War 3. I think, to me, in my opinion.